By the way, Scottye, Blake and I were discussing. Do we want to try to do Double or Nothing?
I mean, yeah, if it's in Vegas, I just want to go back. Guys, I don't think there needs to be a wrestling show. I just want to go back to Vegas real bad.
Listen, Scottye, I'm trying to give us an excuse to go back that we can potentially write off on taxes.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, I'm trying to help us.
People, the fucking tax man comes, old Bray Wyatt's dad pumps up.
IRS.
Yeah, IRS pumps up and is like, what is this $100 charge at the cigar bar in, well, you wrote this off as a business expense? Yes, we were doing business. It allowed us to do our podcast good.
So welcome to Fight Boys, the weekly podcast about professional and not so professional wrestling. I'm the real loser of Survivor Series, the Dylan.
Oh, he finally woke up. In fact, just an hour ago, Dylan was like, guys, I woke up. Are you ready to do the show? I've got my Survivor Series predictions all lined up. Rey Mysterio's definitely winning, right?
Thank you. I needed additional rest because of my depression. I appreciate you taking credit at that. Corey. Thanks, Corey.
And I am and I'm the other host, the Corey Graves of the affair, Scottye Moore. I'm Captain Hot Topic.
And I guess I'm fucking nobody, huh? Blake Tanner, how you doing?
You're Beth Phoenix. Congratulations.
Okay.
You're a Hall of Famer. You're a Hall of Famer, dude. Come on. We upgraded you. We totally upgraded you.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I'll take that.
I'm going to start with the rant that I've been holding on to for 2 days.
Okay. I thought it was the Ring of Honor rant, but this is a completely new rant.
No. We're saving that for Heels and Faces. Ring of Honor is about to be retired to the Heels and Faces Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You know, besides Seth Rollins, WWE, and
I will say on the babyface end of it, Cody Rhodes has been retired to the Babyface Hall of Fame.
As have the Kabuki Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a damn shame, because fucking Asuka got 2 good mists in this week. And
very good mists.
Real good mists.
All of it. Like literally full 3 capsules worth on Charlotte yesterday. It was great.
Oh,
anyway.
Did you notice how Charlotte was holding her hair back, like in preparation for it?
She learned from the night before. Like, listen, I'm not going to blame her.
I believe someone on Twitter described it as an incredible Hulk Bukkake-esque spray of green mist 2 nights in a row.
It's so wonderful. Anyway, so Survivor Series happened.
Yeah.
And let me tell you why I didn't like Survivor Series. It had objectively nothing to do with the matches, mainly because I didn't get to watch them.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why I hated the booking for Survivor Series. So there are 3 brands in WWE. There's Raw, the flagship, been around for like at least 3 decades. There's SmackDown, which has been around for,
2.
I think since the late 90s, The Rock, it's The Rock show. And then there's NXT, which in kayfabe has only been on live television for a month and a half. Guess which one won the Survivor Series pay-per-view by a overwhelming margin?
NXT.
Who? Yeah. So the thing that got me most is Io Shirai cut a promo where she was like, NXT is the main roster. And I was like, no, it's fucking not. It's really not. Guys perform in front of I've been to Full Sail. That is the tiniest arena. Fucking Impact at Universal filmed in a bigger area than NXT does.
Yeah.
And you're going to tell me that's you're going to punk out people with multiple, the Raw team for Survivor Series had 60 years worth of in-ring experience.
Yeah.
In WWE alone. That's not counting independent days. Rey Mysterio's been doing this longer than I've been alive. And you're going to tell me that, I'm sorry, he wasn't on the team, but still, there are people on that squad, and you're going to tell me that 5 random dudes, some of which have been feuding with each other over the last month, came together. Rhea Ripley almost killed Io Shirai the night before. You're going to tell me that they work together seamlessly?
Yeah.
and they're going to beat every single, like, I understand the Raw team. Fucking Asuka decided that she hated Charlotte, which, like, same.
But wait, hold on. Didn't Io come out with Candice to save Rhea at the end, or was that someone?
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah,
She pulled her sweet springboard, like, missile drop kick, too. Kicked the shit out of Sasha. It was amazing. I'm drafting Io in the next wrestling waifu draft. That's my call.
All right.
If one of you want to take her, that's fine. Kyrie is my backup because evil Kyrie is the best.
Yeah.
Both good choices.
By the way, side note, the invasion bit before where Io and Kyrie saw each other and they were just like, "Oh, you're evil too now?" That was fucking amazing. That's both of them.
Yeah.
It's like we can be best friends again.
Yeah, but that was the worst. That was the worst way to go about it because, like, if you had like Shayna winning the main event, that was good. That showed they could hang. If you had them win like the tag belt or Roddy winning, that's good. Having them win everything, that's bad because there's nowhere for them to go now. You can't build the brand up anymore. You've been like, well, I guess they're the best, and then you're going to see them. People are going to tune in. Congratulations, and you know what they're going to see. They're going to see all the flaws. They're going to see the green people you have to bring in. Because guess what? It's the developmental territory. It's like if you had ECW win Survivor Series. You see the problem there?
Yeah.
You see the issue.
People are like, oh man, I need to tune into ECW. Zombie comes out. What the fuck is this?
You've ruined the ability to use NXT to grow. And I understand that Vince wants to kill AEW in the crib. It's not going to happen. Numbers have proven it. TNA is still around. You can't fucking kill anybody these days. Unless you commit suicide like Ring of Honor, but we'll get to that later.
And also, by the way, I love that Impact is so not in the war anymore. Impact is on its own, doing its own weird bullshit at this point. Impact is like
they pulled a legitimate freaking Southpaw Regional Wrestling on Access TV tonight. I didn't get to see it, but that happened.
I watched clips of it. It's very fucking good. My dad messaged me and was like, "Hey, what the fuck is Impact doing?" And I'm like, "It's amazing, right? You know about this? Yeah."
Do you see Sammy Callahan being Jim Cornette? It's the best shit ever.
Also, before we get off the Survivor Series train, I do want to say I am very grateful it's over. Because now WWE will get back to knowing how to end a match without it being a fucking brawl. Because if the beauty and what I was hoping was going to happen was you were going to have brawls that happen every once in a while, but also you would have these moments of like the Becky Lynch interview where Shayna comes down and sits in front of her and you have this badass back and forth. That's what should have kept happening. Instead, WWE at some point just said, I don't know what we can do. Just send out more people. Send out more people to fight. And my favorite was the brawl that happened on the SmackDown Go Home show. Because they're building up this Braun Strowman versus Keith Lee confrontation, which is an alright, pretty cool confrontation thing. But Michael Cole, I don't know if the camera was in the way or something, he's not calling it. He's just like, there's chaos happening. Look out! And I think someone was like, we're going off the air. And he goes, look out! As if that's gonna be the end. And then the show just keeps going in silence. And then you just hear Michael be like, this chaos it's still going. It's like, oh shit. Oh fuck, we're still on here.
You could hear him checking his watch.
Yeah.
You know what should have happened? So what should have happened is you have one triple threat with each of the single people from the triple threat for the tag titles. Mm-hmm. You have like Rowan and Big E or Kofi and like Bobby Fish. And you have them square off that way. Yeah, like with each person having a one in their corner. You have a series of tag matches where like Adam Cole and Roddy face like Good Brothers and like Sammy and Shinsuke. Like you have a series of things where there are interactions, but they're not the matches. You pull a New Japan. Yeah. Where like we are fighting, but it's not the real thing. You're getting a taste. You're getting the sizzle, you get the steak later. There was nothing at all. It was just like, I showed up now. I'm a big deal. And it was just like, it meant nothing. Mm-hmm. And it still doesn't mean anything. Like,
Also,
don't get me wrong. I have a reason to legitimately boo Seth Rollins now, which is wonderful for personal cathartic reasons. But for the show, it's fucking awful.
Also,
And like, I don't want to watch NXT tomorrow. I don't want to hear about NXT tomorrow where they come in and they're all self-aggrandizing about how they're the best. And then like, they have to go back to the same feuds. It's the weird. I hate Survivor Series. I hate the way Survivor Series is. I hate brand Survivor Series. It's the worst thing to happen to Survivor Series since the gobbledygooker.
Yeah.
Because it's like, at this point, that's the only thing Survivor Series is there for now. You just can't have a fucking team that hates another team.
Yeah.
It's just always about the brand, baby.
Also, I will say, I've got two things to say. Number one, I should have known Dylan was going to rant about this because Survivor Series night, I was editing something, like working on something, and I came back to Facebook Messenger to 28 messages of just Dylan going in on why Survivor Series sucked.
It wasn't even so like part of it was it's the worst predictions I've ever done. Like it's the worst WWE has ever fucked me
You
over.
said Rey Mysterio was gonna win, dude.
Did you not see the near finish? And did you not fall for it? Did you not be like, that was a
so
great moment?
good, though. It was so good.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
double
Rey
619?
Mysterio, by any measure, should have won. That should have been the finish. In any sane company, with any logic at all, that should have been the finish. Double 619 to double frog splash to two people fucking laying on top of you is the goddamn finish. You put the belt on Rey, it's a feel-good moment. It's Kofi all over again. You have something to ride into Royal Rumble, maybe even WrestleMania. Do you know what happened? Brock kicked out, stood up, and won the match, and I fucking hate everything about this company for it.
But hey, he's U.S. champion now, right? Isn't that what he's got a belt? Isn't this cool? Vince, it's not.
Yeah, he celebrated that with his son, which is kind of like being like, I didn't win the Olympics, but I got this Dakota ring and this Cracker Jack.
And then the other thing about that SmackDown brawl is my favorite Michael Cole call of all time. And it's reminiscent. You know the scene in Anchor?
It's not the one where King almost died of was it anal contusions?
Yeah.
Anal bleeding.
Yeah.
Anal bleeding. So sorry.
No, it is
I made
in
that
fact
way more violent than
Oh, God. King's got the anal contusions again.
But yeah, you know the scene in Anchorman where they're all getting ready to fight, and then there's just, Brick, why do you have a hand grenade? I don't know. That's what it was as Team SmackDown comes out to lead the charge, and they're like, Braun Strowman, the monster's coming to do battle. Heath Slater has a kendo stick. Like it was such confusion of why does Heath Slater have a kendo stick?
Why is Heath Slater still employed?
Where's Heath been for a while? It's been a while since he had that, 2 or 3 months of being in something that they give TV time to before they forget about him again.
Yeah, I like to call it the Shorty G spot.
Yeah. Oh, that's
anyway. That was why I hated Survivor Series. Just because because all of my picks made sense. Even the Mysterio one made sense.
See, Dylan, I tried to say this, and I know where you're coming from.
No, because they've been making that turn. They faked me out. They faked me out hard.
They really got you on that. Although
They got me on this one. Oh yeah. Don't worry. They'll get the rest of us at like Rumble or Mania, like they do every year.
yeah.
When
What was it? Was it the first year where we each got like only 3 right at Mania out of like 12? Like it was the worst. Like we were all sitting there like, fuck, I guess that went wrong.
I
think worst we did by far.
I think it was the one in New Orleans because that was the one where we were all like, Roman's winning, and then Brock just murdered Roman Reigns for 30 minutes.
Yeah, and then
I guess.
I think that was the one where we were all going. I was like, I still only got what we were like doing golf scores at one point. It was like lowest wins.
Mm-hmm.
Although, by the way,
I do want to fully institute Scottye's new policy of if you somehow go over, we give you 5 points because that's more impressive. We're setting that. That's the new standard rule.
Yeah, if you get 0, you get 5 points instead. So in addition to that, a little bit of other news that came from this weekend.
Really quick though, Dylan, I would like to say thank you on giving me that Roddy pick.
I said it when that started. That was the closest match that could have gone like any way, because I was like, those are three incredible wrestlers, and I can see the reasoning behind having any one of them win.
But now I do want to ask, how do you guys feel when WWE's best commentator gets bullied off of Twitter by the new version of Jerry the King Lawler, Corey Graves? Because what the fuck was that shit?
I mean, to be fair, so like here's both sides of it. One, it wasn't that bad on its own of a comment. If he's just like, yeah, there were way too many pop culture references.
Yeah.
On its own, no context, fairly bad. We roast each other worse than that. And we're supposedly friends. And like, the problem is, Mauro Ranallo has like documented, like incredibly documented issues with like self-image, self-esteem, and depression.
He's also got BPD.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Corey Graves was like, no, this is fine. Which like, listen, we all make mistakes. If he had owned up to him and been like, I shouldn't have said that, that's fine. Corey Graves has this horrible thing where he doubles down on every bad decision in his life.
Yeah.
It is morbidly fascinating. From like the whole thing with Carmella to like, what was the thing before this that we hated him for? There was something else. He doubled down on that too.
Yeah.
To this one where he like calls out Meltzer. I don't think Meltzer was even the original breaker of this story.
Well, my favorite part about it was I did listen to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, and they're breaking it down. And during it, Meltzer's like, well, since he's taken down the tweet, and Mauro is going to be at NXT on Wednesday, and apparently still has a good relationship with he's reporting the news. And at one point, Brian Alvarez just goes, he's not taken down the tweet, by the way. It's definitely still up. And you can just hear as fucking Meltzer is like, what? Why?
All right. I heard Meltzer also reported that like Corey got some heat like backstage for that because he was
again.
Yeah, because people were fucking upset at him doing that tomorrow.
I was gonna say I've heard of people being mad at like every commentator, but like I've heard nothing bad about Mauro Ranallo. Like, outside of JBL being a douche, I've heard nothing bad about Mauro Ranallo.
Speaking of, the last time I saw Meltzer go so hard on someone, like on Twitter, was when JBL was pulling shit with Mauro Ranallo.
I mean, it's fine if it's like us talking about it right now. If we were like, Mauro did talk a little bit too much, I mean, he should have let Beth. If we had said that exact tweet, that's your fucking coworker, dude. That is the person. You guys are all trying to do the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Try to support.
I believe we've fully established that Corey Graves has Seth Rollins' levels of insecurity, but with JBL's level of dickhead stubbornness. He's the worst of both worlds.
Yeah.
Oh, specifically because he's calling Mauro out for talking too much. One, he's the play-by-play guy. He's supposed to talk the most.
He's also
dummy.
He's also smarter than you. I don't know if you know this, Corey, but it might be the lack of concussions, but he's way smarter than you.
Also, Corey, like, I will take all of his pop culture references over everything you say. Literally.
Listen, the best part about Corey Graves is Carmella.
Yeah. Also, I didn't realize that this had happened when Survivor Series happened. And so when Cole came in for the NXT title match and was like, oh yes, Mauro Ranallo actually suffered a broken voice, I guess, from how much he was screaming and talking last night. I'm like, okay, you don't double down at this point. Just be like, Mauro can't be here tonight. Don't be like, he screamed too much and now he can't fucking talk about anything.
Frank Shamrock got into it too, which I thought was great.
Because Mauro's Frank's boy too. Like,
yeah, like he's his manager.
Like JR came out and called Mauro one of the best. Like, like it has to be real cold in the empty field where Corey Graves is standing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But he doubles down.
Anyway, let's talk about something relevant instead of Corey Graves.
Yeah.
That seems That seems like a better use for it. What else? What else do we have here?
That. We got rid of the bad. Let's talk about some good. So I guess it's time for AEW.
Yeah.
No. So War Games happened, and despite the fact that I did terrible on that. Okay, no. Here's the other thing. I'm sorry. I'm the king of rants. That should be my new T-shirt.
Yeah.
Lord of the Smart Side, King of Rants. So the other thing I had was, I understand that the women's War Game match was probably like it was amazing. I saw spots from it. It was fucking great.
It was really good.
On paper, you cannot to me justify the finish of that match.
Yeah.
You can't. You can't justify one of the people on the other team literally tried to break the knee of a competitor, got forced out, and then somehow the women's champion, the UK women's champion, arguably the best women's wrestler on the planet, and a genetic freak of an athlete, lost to Candice LeRae and one Australian woman. There's no way. There's no way. That shouldn't have happened. It should have been that Rhea beat all of them, and then Candice got choked out after Rhea ate like 3 finishers. And that way Rhea was strong, but like, heels fight away. Because you're outnumbered 2-1. If Blake had to fight both of us, he's not going to win. It just doesn't work that way.
That's true. I've only proven that I can take one of you down in a fight.
Yeah, it's not even that. It's like, no, yeah, you're right. 2-4. That's even odds.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
When somebody like put that spot, I was like, oh, thank God. Like, I was really worried that I was going to get that heel turn wrong. I was expecting it to happen during like the match itself or something. And then it was like, yeah, Rhea won. And I was just like, what?
But how though? Why?
What? But why? It's the same reason why I had an issue with the men's War Game thing, because it was like, so you're gonna have Adam Cole walk into Survivor Series having just got his ass kicked,
not just kicked, like almost
destroyed, legitimately. He done tweeted. Okay, so Adam's dead. I win by default, right?
Yeah,
like that's
that
how much
move,
we thought Adam Cole died.
And that move, it was cringier. I cringed more at that move than anything in the Moxley Omega match, because Cole fell, however tall that cell is, to the mat through a table on his neck. And I know that like there was a little bit of extra angle on it and shit, but
it was also his shoulders. He rolled it. He was able to roll it. That's the nice thing about the air raid crash.
Yeah, but still, it looked horrifying to see.
Oh yeah.
Also about that match, I love the fact that, yay, KO is here, but and I guess it did fuel like the eventual heel turn of Rollins and whatever. So that was a good idea. Mm-hmm. But also like, where's John Morrison? They signed him like 50 years ago and he's just not doing anything.
Yeah,
Johnny.
Here, let me ask you a few more questions. Just while I've got you here. What happened to EC3? What happened to Dana Perrazzo? Let's see here. Who else did they call up that they're not doing anything with? I don't know. Who's on 205 Live that just stopped being a thing? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you start asking that question, then you're going to start pulling a thread that just doesn't end well.
Yeah, but you at least saw him. You were at least like, oh yeah, they are here. And then they disappeared. This is like we signed him. But he's going in our play box, and no one else is going to get to see him for the rest of his contract. We will not be using John Morrison.
Yeah, that's WWE's entire thing now. It's a we have them so you don't. We're not going to do anything with you. We're just holding you so that you lose value. That's also 100% their game plan now. And like, I honestly hate them for it.
Also, tweet of the weekend goes to someone who took the picture where it's got Rhea and Candice running up the ramp like, fuck yeah, we did it. And they're at the top, and Candice is like leaned up against Rhea, and Rhea's holding up the handcuffs, and someone just said, it's cuffing season, y'all. And I was like, I love Johnny Gargano to death, but I now ship this. I now ship the cute cupcake girl and the violent Australian.
I think my favorite one was, afterwards, there was the picture of Rhea back when she first did the Mae Young Classic, and then her that night, and it was she went from yes sir I'll have her back by 10 to your daughter calls me daddy too.
Yeah. Holy shit. Like someone posted that and I was like, oh, that must have been when she first started like 10 years ago. No, that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago. Yeah, she found metal, and she's been doing pretty well ever since.
Mm-hmm. What happens when you walk in and out of Corey Graves' aura? You just walk out like that.
Jimmy Havoc's maybe.
Yeah. So I do have some bad news. There's not much news here to talk about, but I do want to say we are no longer the best 3-man team in podcasting because the New Day are about to start a podcast. And all they say about it is like, it's just them talking about stuff. And that's it.
That's wonderful. Did you not see their table for 3? I'd listen to that shit on repeat for 10 hours. Are you kidding me? Can they live stream just their whole day to me?
I believe that that actually gave us
Put that shit in my veins right now. Come on, bring it.
I believe that is also the table for 3 that gave a definition to what I am, and that is a baby mouth, which is somebody who does not eat anything other than meat, cheese, and bread because I got a baby mouth.
Yeah.
Specifically chicken tenders.
Tendies.
Gotta get them tendies, baby.
Yeah.
We gotta get that Tyson's chicken endorsement. I'm sorry. I had an exam, so I didn't get to watch AEW Dark.
I didn't watch. I like you're like that's what takes up most of the show, and I dropped the ball on it.
I dropped the ball real hard on that. No, I wanted to so bad because like Kenny versus freaking Jack Evans for the AAA. I like that they're using the AAA title. Like they showed it yesterday on Being the Elite, where because I was like, you can defend this. This will help. Like, and it's giving Kenny like a way to continue momentum.
Right.
But no, AEW Dark is like the highlight of my week because I can't get Dynamite because like I'm never getting TNT ever.
I will say this was probably my favorite episode of Dynamite in a very, very long time. And I know
the fucking Jericho bit where he's like, and then he heads out to the sorry.
And fucking Hager, who has been a stone faced ever since emerging on the first episode, finally corpses because he just keeps laughing as that microphone goes in front of his face and he has to go, sorry.
So that along with Chris Jericho Daffy Ducking himself.
Yes, but we'll talk.
I had to explain that term to you. You were like, "What?" And I was like, "He Daffy Ducked himself."
Yeah, we'll talk about that one later in Baby Faces of the Week. But
so everything about that episode, everything is going really, really well. Like every episode of Dynamite, of Dark, it continues to get the sense from the wrestling community of like, this is what we wanted. Okay, I didn't even know anymore.
Yeah. And then there's stuff like, I mean, I'm really hyped to see. I do like that the Dynamite Dozen Battle Royal was essentially just the same Battle Royal we got at fucking Double or Nothing, but again. Because then at the end, who'd it come down to? Same last time. MJF and fucking, and Hangman.
I gotta be honest with you. I was most disappointed by that because it means there's not going to be like a new challenger.
Oh, what do you mean? Like the winner does not get to challenge anything. The winner just gets a good fancy ring. And I'm like, then MJF gets it and then can hold it over everybody's head that he has this
I'm sorry. I misunderstood. I thought that was like a gift of the gods championship.
No. It's just a fucking ring. It's a ring DDP found one day while doing some yoga in a field and was like, Cody, could you use this?
Yeah, he could. Okay, so yeah, no, MJF is winning. That freaking what's his name? Waldorf?
No, I think that's one of the Muppets that's up in the fucking the fancy seats.
That was the joke, asshole.
Okay.
He's gonna have his
These are the jokes, Scott. I need you to keep up.
He's gonna have his manager Statler at ringside.
Yes. Also, damn, dude,
Waldo?
Nick Jackson can go.
Oh, good. Scotty lagged out, so we can just say whatever we want now.
Oh, I was wondering what was going on. All right, so what else happened? I've been out of the game this week.
The World Tag League's still going on. It's like, by the way, it's a massive field. It's like 16 teams. They didn't even split it into 2 things. They're just like, everyone's gonna wrestle everyone. So the maximum number of points is like 20 something. It's absurd. Finjuice is winning. For some reason, they're having Ishii and Yoshihashi as like a viable tag team. Like anybody gives a shit about Yoshihashi, like ever.
I think the next one.
That's effing terrible. And then Colt Cabana and Yano Toru are teaming, and that's the feel good team. Yeah, Scott, you're still muted. I can't even hear you.
Yeah, I know.
It's like when I tune you out when you actually talk, except like technologically.
No, you're muted in Hangouts, bud.
Yeah, I like that I disappeared. And within less than a minute, Dylan's like, oh, Scotty's gone? World Tag League, let's fucking do this. Let's go. Fuck him wanting to talk about Nick Jackson's great match with Phoenix. Fuck him. We're gonna go World Tag League and talk about Toru Yano and Colt fucking Cabana.
It's so good, though.
It is. Did you not see the greatest pin combination ever?
Yeah.
Which was low blow into Schoolboy into Colt Cabana doing the Superman pin? Are you kidding me? That's fucking legendary.
I'm sorry, I'm now trying to go back to AEW to see it, because I remember loving it and trying, oh, that's right, Darby and John was a thing. Also, can we give some quick props to our boy Sexy Chucky T for fucking eliminating Pentagon Jr. from that match?
I forgot that happened.
Yeah, it was the very beginning of the match, and he fucking whips him over. Also,
did he strut afterwards, or at least do like the guns?
I think he did, but my favorite part of it was a picture came out of that with Chuck as Jimmy Havoc is stapling his dick, and Chuck goes, my time in AEW is going pretty good. What about you guys?
That sounds like something he'd do.
Yeah.
Also, I love how in kayfabe, they've started finding Jimmy Havoc for the staple gun.
They're like, hey, fucking dude, you can't. Stop.
That is, I think my favorite thing on top of that was the match with Pac, where Pac was like, dude, no, we're not doing that. And he just staple gun, gets staple gunned, and then he just hits Pac. Like he's obsessed with that. It's amazing. Mm-hmm. I'm so incredibly happy. Also, the only thing that's greater than that is Michael Nakazawa. Michael Nakazawa needs to be on my TV screen weekly, either on Dynamite or on Dark. I need.
Yeah. Also,
the bit in Being Elite where he was like, I went up against John Moxley and I sucked my own dick on television. Because he hit the paradigm shift and it folded him in half. That's the best. Good. He's like, I don't want you to suck your own dick on television.
Also, I will say, AEW as a whole is very good at being like, it's not a war, but it is kind of a war, because we are going directly up against NXT. I like that Chris Jericho has that out the fucking window. Jericho's like, no, do you want to start a war? Let's do it! Because someone interviewed him and asked him about, like, how did you react to CM Punk coming back on WWE Backstage? And he goes, yeah, what he did it in front of, like, 500,000 people when he could have done in front of 5 million, and really pop to the world, and people would really start to care about him again. And it's been 3 weeks and people don't really care anymore much, do they? And I'm like, damn. And the whole interview, he just keeps going off on like, he did this the worst way possible. And I'm Jericho, calm down. I know you guys didn't get him, but he's back. Come on.
So here's the thing. The counter argument, the devil's advocate to that is, he did it the best way possible for him, which was as an employee of Fox that can just talk shit about WWE without repercussion.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? And I know WWE, like there was the rumor that they're like, we want him on the frickin' like the Stone Cold, like
the not podcast but podcast basically.
Yeah, exactly. We want him on that, and I was like, good luck.
I am mad though because Hunter's apparently going to be on WWE Backstage this week, and Punk is missing this week, and I'm like, no, I need to see those two just stare at each other. It'd have to make
I believe,
goofy.
listen, I believe those two things are related. I'm not going to say 100% that they still hate each other.
Wouldn't you love during one of their like
money on it? Listen, they're not going to Denny's together.
Yeah.
I can say that with absolute certainty.
It's not going to be.
Wouldn't you love if during like one of their goofy promo segments, it's just Triple H and Punk having to make jokes next to one another while the whole time just side-eyeing each other like, fuck you.
Although I would like to see Triple H shit talk WWE for a bit.
So how'd your DVD do? Oh, it went straight. Or how'd your movie do? Oh, it went straight to DVD, just like yours. Oh, that's still one of my favorite promo lines. No, like not even a beat. Like it's. Oh God, I miss Punk so much.
Yeah. By the way, did y'all hear that Seth got Seth? Someone got mad at Seth because he did.
Oh, Vince got mad at Seth because he
chants.
Yep, he acknowledged it. How dare he try to stop this chant that's been haunting them for 5 years?
Yeah.
Although Scottye, you did say that it looks like Chicago has found another chant.
Oh, yeah, Chicago, and I will talk about that when we get into heels and baby faces. Before that, I'd like to tell you about patreon.com/a-load-of-BS, the website where you can go support the Fight Boys, support a load of BS, become a BS Moon Marine, and for just $5 a month, you get access to our Discord, shout it out on the show of your choice every single week like that absolute son of a bitch Ghazi, and most importantly, you get access to exclusive shows. That's right. Multiple shows. When 2020 rolls around, a load of BS, they're gonna have, those two assholes, they're gonna have you paid for this. But the Fight Boys is gonna have their own exclusive show. Opposite Attraction's gonna have its own exclusive show. Me again, everything you can want, you can find it at patreon.com/a-load-of-BS.
Have we named that yet?
Hold on, I came up with a name for it, and I think it was just called Vintage, because it's gonna be us, like, talking about cool old shit.
I liked Archive Appraisal, but alright.
Okay.
Archive Appraisal's good, though.
It is very good.
Because then we can do AA, and then it's like a John Cena reference, too. Like, I don't...
Okay, we'll do Archive Appraisal then.
Can we make it Archive Adjustment?
No, we cannot. We cannot. So I feel like this week we should tweet at Kevin Owens because I don't think we've tweeted at Kevin Owens. And we should tell him that he'll always be Mr. NXT in our hearts, but we're really looking forward to the Kevin Owens show.
Yeah,
because I am. Yeah, that was a sweet promo where he called Seth a miserable, whiny little prick. I was like, oh man, did you cop that off a Reddit comment? Because that feels right out of...
No, my favorite was later when they actually came face to face. He was like, I might be Mr. NXT, but what's up, Mr. CrossFit? He just kept calling him
that
Mr.
was in the same... I was like,
going,
make him say, oh.
Gotta make him say, oh.
Hashtag Owens Watch. All right.
Dead Seth, make him say, oh.
Hey, Seth, can you make him say, oh?
Oh, too bad Seth can't make him say, oh.
Also, my favorite part of last week was at one point Dylan goes, if your wife doesn't get that shirt for you for Christmas, I believe it's grounds for a divorce. And I'm like, she has no idea what it is. And he just goes, teach her. Make her say, oh.
My other favorite comment from last week was Cody filed for a couple more WCW trademarks, and I was like, Cody, make the patent office say,
Hold on. I would just like to say I've had a realization here that Scottye, your best relationship is with the woman that you've told the least about wrestling.
Yeah.
But who is the most supportive of his love of wrestling?
I tried to get her to come over and watch Full Gear with us, and the whole time she was on her phone, and I was like, no, Hangman's in the ring. You gotta see Hangman.
Bless her cotton socks. Bless her cotton socks. She's really trying.
So let's get into heels and faces, and let's start with, do we want to do heels or baby faces first?
I mean, which one's the longer rant?
Wait, hold on. Is there a rant about, fuck, this dude was so good this week?
Yes.
Okay, we'll start with baby faces then. I do want to hear what y'all's...
Wonderful. You want me to go first?
Yes.
Let me tell you a little story about Randall Keith Orton and how he has had an amazing goddamn week.
Yep.
All right.
Which is great because I think he was my heel last week.
He is.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. This proves the duality of Orton is one of the greatest phenomenons in the last decade. Randy Orton is the only person I know of who can pull a big show, but with how the crowd sees him.
Yeah.
It is phenomenal. Because last week, who gave a shit? The Survivor Series happened last night. He had a great showing. Yesterday, jack off motion to Seth Rollins, legendary.
Yes.
Goes out, cuts a promo against AJ. AJ has that interaction, wonderful. Has that great strike. Did you see the strike back and forth between him and McIntyre?
No, what?
Where McIntyre like Walter knife edge chops him.
Oh,
and he takes a step bahe and he's like, whoo. And at one point, friggin' Drew's like, show me what kind of man you are. Eye poke. and he just looks at the ref rubbing his chest like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, hold on. Secondary babyface of the week goes to that chop. Because that chop made every chop Walter has done in the past 6 months look like a bitch. Cause I heard that, I wasn't even watching Raw, and I heard it in Alabama. It was so loud.
Drew McIntyre has been my dark horse for forever. Like, there's a reason I picked him to win Money in the Bank. Like, I pick him to win everything because I was like, just do it. Dude, he's right there. And I loved his, by the way, thing too. He's like, he's never had a title opportunity. He's ruggedly good looking. He's got a sexy accent as he's walking to the ring. I was like, oh man, you're turning babyface. He's like, this crowd doesn't deserve this, but I want this match. I was like, oh man, please, can you just please win something?
Yeah.
You beat Nakamura. Can you beat Brock Lesnar? Can I get that match? I don't even need him to win. Can I just get Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar? Brock's not nobody to fight until Rumble. Come on.
Yeah, where'd that Drew Brock match?
I wouldn't mind.
They're out of matches. They're out of big guys. Bobby's not going to frickin' do it because he's getting his ass kicked by Rusev with his hands tied behind his back, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
And there's nobody else. Braun Strowman's got jobbed out too many times. Seth is feuding with Kevin. There's nobody else. Good old fashioned Drew match. I want to see Brock Lesnar take a Claymore kick. That's the real thing. Yeah. I just want to see Brock Lesnar take a Claymore kick.
Do we have any early predictions on who we think is going to take the belt from Brock? Because
it's a toss up between Roman and Seth.
I want to actually. You know what? I think KO of all people, because I mean, Seth is a heel, Roman's on the other show, so Kevin is going to be your best babyface opportunity. I wouldn't be surprised Kevin wins Rumble, goes on, faces Brock at Mania, and then gets a Kofi moment with it.
Kevin would be a great guy to beat Brock too, because of the last time he held that title, he was beat by Goldberg.
Yeah, basically, so Goldberg could drop it to Brock Lesnar.
Brock, yeah,
correct. As you do.
Sorry, it was the Universal title, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The Blue Universal title?
Oh, God.
The title that blew itself.
Yes. Did we talk about that last week?
No.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we did a little bit, but...
Yeah.
So
we got into it.
Did you at least throw in the comment I had about if you're going to make it look that color, at least give it to Liv Morgan?
Yes, I did, actually. Yeah. I did say
Wonderful.
that.
Wonderful.
All right, Blakey T, what is your baby face of the week?
My baby face is Dominic, man.
Fuck
He's just
he's so good.
So good.
He's so amazing.
Good.
He's going to be great in 5 years.
Yeah.
That dude's the next Seth Rollins.
My favorite
skill wise, not personality. He doesn't look like that big a bitch.
Yeah. And we already talked about it, but him coming out and doing that insane sequence with his dad just at a huge show, it just felt really good watching that. And he looked so jazzed to be doing it.
Yeah, I know. Why do you think I hate WWE for ruining it?
Yeah. Exactly, and then they ruined it.
My favorite is still the fact that Ray talks about Dominic like he's an 8-year-old boy, and then Dominic comes out and puts his dad on his shoulders and walks around the ring with him like that.
Like fucking Hagrid!
Dominic is the Hagrid to Rey Mysterio's Harry Potter. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, but Dominic was great. the whole promo Ray cut where he was like, I'm doing this for my son, because when he was younger, I would tell him to look away. But now, Dominic, I want you to watch. And a little part of me was like, Dominic's about to kick Rey Mysterio in the balls, and he's gonna get rolled up and just be like, quit calling me an 8-year-old, Dad. I'm a fucking full-grown man. I can hit a pitch-perfect 619. Stop this.
I can't wait until Dominic's the one that retires his father.
Oh, it's gotta be. It's gotta be that.
I mean, I don't know. Because, like, apparently Mysterio's contract, like, isn't for as long as we thought. And after they just, like, no offense, fucked him on the WWE Championship, you know he's going to be looking at, like, that gig in New Japan wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I'd really like to wrestle Ospreay.
I could probably do some exhibition stuff in AEW.
Yeah, I could probably go to AEW. I haven't faced Jericho in forever.
I could go to GCW, take on old Mance Warner for a few. It'd be great.
Hey, Chris, what you up to?
Chris, how did you get that promo package made for Wrestle Kingdom so fast? I need one for reasons.
Yep. Also, Dominic, of course, pulling out that frog splash in honor of his real daddy, Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah. Well, my baby face of the week is a man who went from a fun mid-carder to a future AEW fucking world champion this week, and it is Scorpio fucking Sky. Because
mid-card title.
Yeah, because Scorpio came out to the ring, and like I always kind of group. I mean, obviously, I group SCU together, and I'm like, oh, they do their silly little kind of all trying to be Road Dogg and Billy Gunn bit, but it doesn't work as well. Which I know for a fact, because at the AEW show I was at, they tried to do it, and there were boos. They were like, fucking stop. But Scorpio coming out.
They did. That's why they're different from Road Dogg and Billy Gunn. They listened.
Yeah.
They stopped.
But Scorpio came out and held his own against Chris Jericho in what was probably, I mean, Jericho is having great promo segments because Jericho does not give a fuck. And Scorpio knew like the exact moment to turn it up because he came out and then cut the promo about what was his fucking high school crush.
Oh yeah, that was a great one. My favorite part about that wasn't okay. So like that was really good, but I loved the bit where CD and Kaz backed him up, and like CD came out and was like, "Listen, for this match, we're gonna need like at least 2 months." Like and like they were like manipulating it.
Yeah, and
I love CD so much. Like, I need more of like CD's personality because like Bad Influence was so good, and then like as the Addiction, they didn't really get to do as much because Ring of Honor.
Yeah,
and, like now I'm just like, come on, Scorpio can be his own man. Just bring Bad Influence back, please.
Mm-hmm. But like through the whole thing, he's just oozing charisma all over Jericho, and I'm like. Oh fuck! I mean, he's not gonna win next week, but
we're not doing phrasing anymore. We're not doing phrasing.
No.
All right,
can we? I mean, this is Fight Boys. We can do whatever the fuck we want. Did you guys see? Someone had posted a throwback to right after Jericho won the AEW title, and he was just calling out all the guys in the back, and he specifically called out Scorpio Sky. You're never gonna get this.
Oh, that's
never gonna get a shot.
That's very good. And then, like, the moment Scorpio turned on the fire and grabbed the hand, which is one of my favorite before AEW not often used moves, is the handshake, pull in super close, and then him just being like, I'm gonna make Lay champion into Lay bitch. And then on fucking Being the Elite, they recopied that fucking meme with Kaz running in front of the screen like, oh! It was just a great moment of me being like, oh wait, Scorpio Sky is fucking. One day I'm gonna have to be like, oh, the AEW champion is Harold from the fucking Team Hell No skits from back in the day, but it's worth it. It's so worth it. But that is my baby face of the week. So now I guess we gotta get into heels. Blake, you start. Blake, how about this? Blake, Dylan, because I feel like once Dylan starts, I can just sit down and not worry about this.
All right, yeah, I'm the
most reliable part of this show.
Yes,
my is the most reliable part of this show.
That's what I mean. Lord of the Smart Side right there. That's what we keep you around for.
I actually really do want to add the Lord of the Rants underneath. I'm like King of the Rants. I'm going multiple titles here.
Oh my. Okay, so mine I'm gonna keep it a little simple because my heel is whoever the fuck booked the end of that women's match at Survivor Series, and just whoever booked the whole fucking match.
Yeah,
because what agent do we need to fire?
It was so bad. Vince was mad about it. Vince was pissed off.
Because it's like, you got him, you come in, Bayley's the obvious choice. And even though she's the obvious choice, you can make a great story with her fucking winning. No. Bayley looks like a bitch.
Yeah.
Immediately.
So
100%.
Here's the thing. So from a match stuff from what I understand and the bits that I've seen, and I think somebody else, I read a comment about it, the problem was they came out and like Bayley, they had Bayley and Becky do Shayna's match, which is a slow match, like that builds at points, and then like eventually there's like a sequence, and then Karafuda clutch. That's not a triple threat main event. You need like some speed. You need like you need like back when there was the triple threat between DX and John Cena. You need like a super kick out of nowhere. You need like Bayley to grab Becky and like Bayley to belly and like her out of the ring, and then it's just Bayley versus Shayna. You need something.
Yeah. And
no, nothing. Becky takes the lamest table bump ever and is just out.
Gone. And of course, the end of the match where they somehow succeeded in making one of the most over wrestlers over the last year hated. Like,
by having her fight afterward, yeah.
Just made it be utterly like just that whole decision, and it's like you could have completely destroyed the aura of Becky Lynch. She's gonna bounce back though because she's fantastic, but the fact that your bad decision making could undo a year's worth of build and a year's worth of dominance and a year's worth of hard ass character work. Come on, dude, you do need to be fired. Whoever booked that match.
Well, I mean, if Shayna didn't win, NXT just wouldn't look dominant at that pay-per-view where they were literally already gonna win no matter what.
Did you see Becky's tweet about like I'm the longest reigning Raw Women's Champion as of today. I love being in the tag division.
That's great. My favorite thing to come out of that match is someone posted a picture of Bayley's entrance and a side view of her because she had like a really tight jacket on, and then put the vine of the prisoner. The man allegedly used the phrase, "Girl, you look thicker than a bowl of oatmeal." And then posted Bayley. But
there's the lie.
But my heel of the week is my babyface of the week at the beginning of Raw was Seth Rollins, because Seth Rollins finally decided to use all the shit that's happened and used it to fuel a really good heel turn of him literally taking from reality, taking from that Raw speech and doing that to the roster, pissing them off and sending them to leave. That was amazing, and I'm like, fuck yes, this is a great meltdown, it's a great spurn for a heel turn, and he's got the perfect person to fight against in Kevin Owens. Then the main event happened, and I looked at Blake, and we were supposed to record, and I'm like, I gotta see this, because it's still, Seth is an asshole, but it's still Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens, and it's Chicago, so they're gonna pull out, like, all the stops. And there was, as all wrestling fans have, that little bit that's like, maybe CM Punk does come out. So let's see. Well, the match was alright. And then Authors of Pain attack for some reason. Authors of Pain come out, beat the shit out of Owens. And earlier in the night during the promo, Seth looked at them and were like, where were you guys last night? Why aren't you guys? You know what? You guys should leave. Fuck you guys. So then obviously it's like, oh, Seth told them to do that to impress him, and that's what they're doing it for. No, instead, Seth baby faces up, and is like, come on, fight me! And then they just leave. And then Seth just curb stomps Kev a few times, and that's it. That's the end of the match. Fuck it. So, yeah, it was a rough one for me. I went from this is amazing to, well, they fucked it up already. Because it's
no. You have AOP security.
Well, yeah, well,
it's
no.
like J&J security if they took the super soldier serum.
Yeah, well, no, not even that, because I don't think that's what it's going to lead to. I think it's going to lead to Kevin and Seth versus AOP at TLC. Then that's when Seth turns, and then you have heel Seth.
After a dude gets beat down and you curb stomp him twice, guess what? You're heel. There's no real teaming up with you at that point.
Yeah.
At that point, Owens is going to stun you off a ladder into some tables and then push the ladder off onto AOP and then flip the building off and leave.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
should I sit? Should I get ready for this one as we get into your heel?
No, because Blake's not here, so I need the feedback.
Okay.
Also, this retires them. I think, I'm pretty sure this is I think this is the third week.
To take them out? Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So Ring of Honor has officially entered the Heel of the Week Hall of Fame. This all resets at the beginning of next year, but we're actually going to I think we should actually have a running list. When we get to the third time, and it'll keep things fresh. But Ring of Honor continues to be a piece of shit. And it's really impressive. There are two people that are company men, though. TK O'Ryan, clearly a company man, made tweets. Jeff Cobb liked those tweets and all the other ones. So Jeff Cobb, for some reason, fully on board the Ring of Honor train. But no, it's just every time that Joey Mercury comes on Twitter and just starts saying some stuff, you're just like, oh, it's worth. And then Kelly Klein came out this week, and then she was like, well, I got fired. But also, I think who is it? Is it USA Today or Sports Illustrated? I think it's USA Today is running an article on Kelly Klein and her mistreatment and lack of concussion protocol by Ring of Honor. That's the kind of publicity you want, isn't it? Yeah.
And the text came out of what she said, and it was them being hey, it's fine, just don't say all this on Twitter. Would you really do this? This seems like really bad press for us. If you've got a problem, come say it to us. And what's weird is that was validated by Triple H of all people, because H did an interview and was like, I don't see why all of the talent wants to go online and complain instead of just coming to us directly. That's what I would do. And I'm like, you're the fucking boss. That's what you're supposed to do. But you don't listen to all of us.
Also, hey guys, you're fucking one of the vice presidents. I don't want to hear anything from you.
Yeah.
By the way, my computer crashed, so we're just going to be without my camera for now.
Oh, that's cool.
But I was able to recover my audio, so hey, I came back right in as Dylan started the rant.
Listen, blessing in disguise. We don't have to look at you. I would have preferred Scottie's camera broke, but you can't take what you can get. Anyway,
you do still have to look at me, though.
I know, but it's a beautiful photo.
Thank you.
Anyway, so that came out. Joey's text to, I forget who the fuck it was, being like, yeah, we should have, where the guy was talking about how bad the numbers were for their shows. And Joey was like, well, maybe you should put the belt on Marty. Like I said 6 times, Marty was going to leave. And we knew Taven wouldn't leave. So we put the belt on Taven. I was like, Marty's going to leave because you didn't put the belt on him.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You played yourself. Well done. And it's just a series of things where that's how they're validating stuff. And they're like, I guess we're starting from ground zero on attendance. I was like, you are, oh my God.
The full list as posted by Joey Mercury of fucked up shit they've done. No concussion protocol. No medical staff. No security protocol. Fair market value pay. Lack of female empowerment. Gender pay discrimination. JK and GG, which are the fucked up dudes, orders to HR covering up GG assault and behavioral misconduct by SBG. Employees including sexual misconduct and harassment. Don't punish talent. Talent are not to blame. Talent is what I have, what I am, and who I protect. Newsweek has enough material on management to rival War and Peace.
That was Newsweek. That's who it was.
Yeah.
No, my second favorite thing was when Kelly Klein was like, yeah, I was so poorly concussed that Joey Mercury, who had quit at this point, changed his flight
Yeah.
to be able to make sure I got to my flight because he understood that I would have gone to South Africa because I didn't understand. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
no one from Ring of Honor said anything to him. It was just like everything they say about Ring of Honor makes me like sad. Like I said, you can't kill a company. TNA is proof that you cannot kill a company that wants to go on. Ring of Honor is committing open suicide. Like it's assisted suicide, but like they put the noose around, and then Joey Mercury just keeps trying to like punt the chair out, and by God, if he doesn't have it halfway out.
I mean, jeez, it's so bad. Like every time something new comes out, I'm just kind of like, I'm enjoying watching the slow-mo car crash. I'm just like, what's gonna happen next? What's happening next for these crazy fucks? Like, and it's so sad because the other day, and I sent you guys the picture, I went back and watched like the Kevin Steen El Generico match, and that's fantastic. Or the Punk Cabana not retirement match, but the Punk match before he left for WWE. It's all fucking great. And it was great until like 2 years ago, maybe. And then it just started going worse and worse downhill.
So this sounds terrible, but 2 years ago was when they started paying the Bucks a fuckload of money.
The year was 1969. The U.S. was in a race to the moon against the USSR. What they didn't expect, however, was to find their real enemies not waiting in Russia, but instead on the very moon they were aiming for. 50 years later, and our world is still at siege from enemies beyond our stars. And that's where the Space Marines come into play, and let me tell you something, I'm one of the best. The name's Dane Armstrong, the world's greatest Space Marine, and the man who's come to save your asses.
Not really. Join the BS Network as they head straight into the stars for Deviant, an audio drama featuring action, adventure, space piracy, and karaoke?
Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa!
Hop aboard and fly with us into the stars every other Sunday on this Deviant.
So, boys, we've talked about Survivor Series and TakeOver War Games and Raw and all the shit that's happened this week, but I want to talk about another pay-per-view I saw this weekend, and it was JWF Los Trios Tangos. Some amazing things happened, so why don't we find out about it by going to Captain Tibbs and Silver Spoon for another episode of JWF Monday Night War. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to JWF Monday Night War. I am your host, Silver Spoon, joined as always by a man who walked into hell and survived. It is Captain Tibbs.
That's right, Sil. Oh, my back.
Yes, Tibbs,
I have 7 fused vertebrae.
Yes, Tibbs, unfortunately, during your match last night, after a one-man Trinity Bomb, I mean, you took on the entire force of the Trinity Bomb on your own, sending the Leviathan into the mat, pinning him for that 1, 2, 3. And Tibbs, I gotta say, I'm real damn proud of you.
Thank you, Sills. I honestly didn't know if I could do it or not. I was ready to shuffle off this mortal coil if it would help, but I'm here. I'm back, and of course, I'm your captain.
That's right, Tibbs. But in addition to that amazing match where you, your son Chuck, and our champion Momoa Curry took on La Flambeau, we also had a match known as the International Waters match where 8 men, 8 superstars went into that ring with one goal and one goal only, to become the new #1 contender to the JWF Championship. And Tibbs, it surprised all of us when, of all people, Rat Boy Connor was the one to climb to the top and grab that contract.
You know, Sills, if there's anything that I learned from watching that match, it is that anybody, no matter how low, no matter how rat-like, can do whatever they want as long as they have a healthy application of butter.
That's right, Tibbs, but one person who definitely didn't seem happy after that match was Connor's tag team partner, Victor. I mean, Victor was at the top of the ladder. He had the contract in hand. Then Connor just came from out of nowhere, tossing his partner down and grabbing the contract for himself. And Tibbs, I don't know how the Rat Ascension's going to survive this.
I don't know, Sills, but I kind of hope they don't.
That's right, Tibbs, but our champion, the god of the JWF, Momoa Curry, he is in our ring right now, and I think he's got a response to what happened at Los Trios Tangos and a response to Rat Boy Connor. Let's have a listen. The Leviathan is dead. Mojo Gruff is gone. And Honeypot is back to the faithful interviewer he once was. Our campaign to destroy La Flambeau was successful last night at Los Trios Tangos, but it was not without some casualties. Which is why I'd like to salute Captain Tibbs for his bravery and his power last night, delivering a one-man Trinity bomb to the Leviathan. The Trinity bomb's power has been claimed to not be enough for one man to contain, but Tibbs managed to hold on just long enough to hit it and make the ultimate sacrifice for the world. And for that, I salute you, Tibbs, wherever you are.
Hey, he knows I'm not really dead, right?
But now we look towards the future. The bright future that Captain Tibbs wanted in the International Waters match, and I'm sorry, but it's fucking Rat Boy. It's Rat Boy Connor, seriously. I just got done fighting demons and monsters and vicious individuals, and I get back to discover my next number one contender. It's the fucking rat guy. Seriously? I mean, I've had easy title defenses before, but Jesus Christ, I don't... Oh, Tibbs! There it is, the music of Rat Boy Connor, and he is coming out to the ring, flanked at his side by Victor. I know we weren't sure how the Rat Ascension was going to hold up, but they're both coming out to the ring, and Momoa Curry, he does not seem phased at all.
Of course not. So, hey, Momoa, I'm not dead. Momoa.
I don't think he can hear you, Tibbs, but let's hear what Connor's got to say. I'm sorry, Momoa, but you seem to be getting it all kinds of twisted. And I understand, you haven't seen me in that ring since January. You haven't seen the months of training and cardio I've been through. You haven't seen the rigorous workouts. You haven't seen the work that old Rat Boy's been putting in. You see, I'm a former JWF Tag Team Champion, a man who has climbed his way to the top so many times and just gotten shoved back down. And I'm the man that's gonna kick your ass and take that title away from you at Bar Arcade. Ain't that right, Victor?
No.
Wait. Hold on, no, Victor, come on, you gotta back me up here. I mean,
Shut up. Just shut up for a sec, okay? Yeah, listen, that's just not true. I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. Momoa hasn't seen the months of training and working out you've done because it just hasn't happened, bud. You haven't done any of that. Every morning, I wake up and call and text and try my damnedest to get your lazy ass out of bed, but as always, I go back to the gym and work my ass off while you sleep until 2 in the damn afternoon. Then I go to the performance center, train with the coaches, and try to become the best damn wrestler in the world while you're out at the bar, or you're singing karaoke, and then you come out and do what you did last fucking night, eh? I did everything in that match. I did everything to make sure that the Rat Ascension were going to win that match, that we were going to come out on top, that we were going to finally get the respect we deserve, and that we were going to finally have to get all this fucking color out of our mouths. I put people through ladders. I speared a motherfucking mid-air. I did everything to make sure we could win. Because that's what you wanted, right? You wanted us to win. Together. And at the very last minute, I was going in for the kill. You swooped in. You pushed me off the damn ladder. You sent me crash into the ring, and you announced it was gonna be the Ascension facing Momoa Curry. It's just gonna be Connor. It's always gonna be Connor facing Momoa Curry. And believe me, you're gonna regret that decision, because Momoa Curry is gonna wipe the floor with your ass. He's gonna make you realize that you need me, Connor. I'm the only real wrestler on this team, and you're the feckin' joke.
Tibbs. Hey, Tibbs. Can I fight him instead? He seems a lot more ready to fight than this fuck boy right here.
You got it, buddy.
Well, hold on, Tibbs, you can't just change a match like that. I mean, we gotta be honest. I mean, Rat Boy did climb the ladder. He grabbed the contract. You just can't give a contract away.
Well, Sylv, the way I see it is sometimes the man that climbs the ladder is not the man that wins the match.
Well, Tibbs...
You know what? When you look at it, that guy, Victor out there, he did all the work. He was right there, and damn it, really, Sylv, of course I can. Do you know who owns the company and signs the damn checks? Don't second guess me, damn it. I just got Momoa to acknowledge my existence.
Well, Tibbs, how about this? Next week, why don't we have Victor prove it in a match as he takes on his partner, or former partner possibly, Rat Boy Connor?
I ain't sure, that's fine. He's gonna win anyway.
All right, Tibbs, we'll announce for next week on JWF Monday Night War. We are going to see Rat Boy Connor versus Victor for that contract for a match at Barcade to face our champion, Momoa Curry, in what's going to be an absolutely amazing match. But speaking of amazing matches, Tibbs, I want to go back and talk about your match at Los Trios Tangos. I mean, you saved the world from the evils of La Flambeau, but I feel like the biggest shock in the entire match came when Honeypot, the vicious demon, was Trinity bombed to the earth, and then I almost forgot he existed. Our former interviewer, Honeypot, was there.
Of course, Sills, he's always in there. Honeypot was our gatekeeper, Sills. He was gonna be the one to take the overflow if the Leviathan ever threatened the world again. And of course, the Leviathan used that. He used Honeypot as a way to see his own dark machinations into the world. That's why I was so upset when Honeypot became this demon. When all of that energy that was supposed to be used for good to keep the Leviathan away was turned against us.
That's right, Tibbs, but we've actually sent one of our current interviewers backstage with Honeypot to have a reaction to this 2-year journey he's had, I mean, as a demon possessed by that beast. Let's have a listen. Ladies and gentlemen, Don McDonald here with the man who was exorcised of his demons at Los Trios Tangos, my friend in interviewing, Honeypot. Now, H, last night, the world was shocked when I guess the best way to say it is you returned to the JWF. I mean, the demon was exorcised from your body, and you are back here backstage. And I gotta know, what was it like spending all of those years trapped in your own body?
Hello, everybody. Honeypot's Mick post-exorcism here, and thank you, Don. Thank you for all of your hard work over the years. Everything that you've done has been a real tribute, and I couldn't have done it better. Thank you for holding down the fort. When I think about my time as the demon, it was just a horrifying experience, to say the least, Don. I spent years trapped inside that monster, a monster created from my own rage and inner demons, a monster that was infused with the dark energy of the Leviathan. You see, a few years ago, I was in the exact same position that you were. I was consistently embarrassed, beaten down, and treated like nothing but a second-hand thought, and not a real backstage interviewer, but I suppose that's just the nature of the game, isn't it? Oh, but the demon wouldn't let me accept that. The demon that was created out of my own hate. The demon that was created by the Leviathan's own insipid desires quelled and began to grow inside me, and it used my own problems, and it used my own dark desires to create the persona of Honeypot that you saw before you. And it was just utterly horrifying. I did things that I was completely, utterly ashamed of. Hurt people I cared about. I just had to sit back and watch. But listen, I'm back now. I'm better than ever, and I'll let you know that I am ready to return back as an interviewer anytime, and I will let all of our fantastic wrestlers in the back know I will no longer be disrespectful to you. I will no longer be mistreated.
Because the demon that did teach me one thing, that was a beautiful art of the pain. I will unleash that pain upon you or anything else. If you decide to respect me and my fellow interviewers, I will send you back to the pits of hell and laugh at you as you desperately try to crawl back out. Your skin burning with each grab of the hot coals beneath you. Dude. So with that,
I'll say that I'm very excited to be back, and I will see you guys next week for another interview. All right, thank you so much again, Don.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Honeypot, who may not be fully exercised. Tibbs, we might have to look into that.
Constructive rage!
Well, Tibbs, it looks like Honeypot is back and he is ready to get back to his life of interviewing, and he's going to have an interview next week, and I can't wait to see how Honeypot deals with it.
That was really good, Stills. I'm really happy that he's back to his old self. It's just like back in the day before all that bad stuff took over.
I mean, there was a bit of demon stuff going on there.
Oh, no, he always did that.
Oh, okay, so he just kind of has his own issues that he has to deal with. That's cool. But Tibbs, speaking of things that are cool, I want to talk about our new JWF Tag Team Champions and the new JWF Captains Champions, the men in the VWO, who last night, I mean, the Hammerman, he was in a 3-on-1 situation. It was him staring across the ring from 3 members of the Dynasty, the 3 most destructive members, I gotta say, the Dynasty, and he managed to run through all of them.
You know, so I gotta say, the Hammerman, and I know that this is probably gonna be a hot take for most of you out there, but the Hammerman is the best damn thing we got going on for us.
I mean, Tibbs, I can't look at anybody in this audience who's going to disagree with you on that. The Hammerman is one hell of a wrestler, and last night he proved it, taking out 3 men in a row to secure the Captain's Championship for himself and his brothers, the Tag Team Championships. It's absolutely amazing, Tibbs, but we do have to take a brief moment to acknowledge a unfortunate injury that occurred during that match, which is, of course, Scott Moore, the 4th man in the Dynasty, did suffer a torn meniscus. And for that reason, he is going to be out for at least the next year to come. I mean, recovering from an injury like this to the knee, especially for a big man like Scott. I know we may not be big fans of the Dynasty here at commentary, but we got to wish Scott all the best in his future.
Of course, so it's hard to see Scott Moore, who's been a staple for a long time, someone who's picked up the business so quickly, someone who did everything. I just hate to see him put out like that.
That's right, Tibbs, but we have actually got the Dynasty coming down to our ring right now. We've not really heard much from them. I mean, I know I heard a little bit from Blake Tanner on commentary at the end of Los Trios Tangos, but we haven't heard a real reaction to what happened to them at the end of that match. So let's go to the ring and have a listen. So, last night, things didn't exactly go our way. No, you know what? Fuck it. Things did not go our way. There's no exactly, no nothing. We lost, we failed, we fucked up, and we lost our titles. We lost a partner. I lost my fucking dad. And you know what? Part of me wants to know whose fault it is. Part of me wants revenge, wants to grind that Hammerman's head into the mat with my boot, but at the end of the day, I know focusing on any of that will lead the Dynasty down a dangerous road. So, in my opinion, I think...
I mean, I think we all know whose fault it is.
I'm sorry. Why are you looking at me when you say that? I wasn't the one running around failing to tag in his partners, trying to go it all alone, hitting low blows like I was trying to get disqualified.
Oh, yeah, because now, after like 3 decades, that's when Tibbs is going to start using that as a DQ. Yeah, sure thing. No, Blake, I think we know that you weren't exactly going 100% last night, were you? There wasn't a big comeback like we've seen in the past. No. You just kind of like delivered pure Blake Tanner. You half-assed it, and then you lost.
I'm sorry, what the fuck did you just say to me?
Oh, I heard you on
I
commentary.
never half-assed it.
I heard you on commentary talking about how losing the title was a blessing. Now you can go after Momoa Curry. You couldn't put us as a unit past your own ego, so you decided to fake putting in effort to further yourself. Like always, you as you have the last 4 times we've tried to get together, you just kind of use this as a stepping stool for yourself while pretending you give a shit.
I'm sorry. What's this all about? Do you want to talk about me putting myself in front of everybody when you were the one out there stroking your entire ego?
Blake!
Not
Blake,
what?
shut the fuck up! Because you know what? You're both right. Dylan, you're right. Blake was not working at 100% last night. I mean, come on, bud. You gotta admit, you are the ace up the sleeve of the Dynasty. You are the bomb we throw in when all other options are lost. You're the best of us. But you weren't last night. But Blake, you're also right, because losing those titles was a blessing in disguise. It's a blessing in disguise because it's really letting me see where everyone's loyalties lie, and who believes in the same principles as the Dynasty. So Blake, next week, I've got you a match against the Hammerman for the Captain's Championship, for your Captain's Championship. And next week, I need to see the same fiery Blake Tanner I've seen in the past. I need to see the ace of the Dynasty, and I need you to get your title back. Because if you don't, it won't be the BS versus the VWO at Barcade for the tag titles. No, it'll be Scottye Moore and the Dylan, and you're going to be taking the night off to try and remember exactly who the hell you are.
What? So since I decide just for once to do something for myself,
I have spoken! Because this group, Blake, in case you've forgotten, it was not formed for one of us to have one piece of gold. This group was formed for all of us to have all of the gold. And next week, that journey to the top begins again. And it begins with you, Blake. Don't you dare let me down. Well, Tibbs, it looks like we've got another match made for next week, as Blake Tanner takes on the Hammerman in a rematch for the Captain's Championship. And Tibbs, I gotta say, those two, when they get in a ring, they make magic. And this may be one of the best matches we have all year.
You know, Sills, I'm really looking forward to it. As much as a shit stack he's been for a while, Blake Tanner is still an extremely talented personality, and every time he and the Hammerman have gone off, it's been a classic.
That's right, Tibbs. But of course, I mean, I gotta say, I didn't think losing like that would actually bring this out in the Dynasty, but this is the most infighting we've really seen between them. I mean, we see Dylan arguing with Blake, Scottye accusing Blake of no longer being loyal to the Dynasty, of trying to do his own thing. I mean, I don't know what's going on with these boys.
So, with this stable has got a lot of one thing. 2 things, actually. I'll give him something. It's got a lot of talent, and it's got a lot of ego. A lot of ego going around, and sometimes that's just not tenable in a team situation.
That's right, Tibbs. I mean, we saw how it reacted with the Rat Ascension. I mean, Victor and Connor are tearing each other apart. The Dynasty are tearing each other apart. I mean, all of these teams tearing each other apart. And in order to see what happens, you're going to have to tune into the next episode of JWF Monday Night War. It's going to have Victor versus Connor for the #1 contendership. Blake Tanner taking on the Hammerman for the Captain's Championship. And let's not forget, if Blake loses that match, he is out of the BS's rematch at for the tag team championships at Barcade. And I mean, I know Blake Tanner. I know he loves being a singles wrestler. But that tag team, that's been his bread and butter ever since getting here. And I don't know how he's going to react if he doesn't get in that match.
You can take the tag championship off the man, but you can't take the man out of the tag. So that's all I'm going to say.
That's right, Tibbs. And in order to see all that, you're going to have to tune in next time to JWF Monday Night War. So, Blakey T, it has been an episode. What did you learn this week?
I learned that the negativity's back in full force, and I guess it's just going to be after a Big 4 pay-per-view, huh?
Yeah, and I learned that Seth Rollins could only be babyface of the week for less than 2 hours before he immediately went back to the dark side. So
I also learned that the duality of Randy Orton is something special.
So Dylan can be found on Twitter at Dick and Story. Blake, where can they find you?
You can find me at Blake A. Tanner on the Twitter. Find me at Blake A. Tanner on the Instagram. You can find me at the Darkroom Video, DARKROOMVIDYA, for that shameless plug on my friends who do video game videos about video games. And you can find me on every single BS podcast. Not really, but...
I mean, if they go, they could probably find you on most of them. Like, you did an Opposite Attractions, you did a Fun Fiction, you're really kind of everywhere. The only thing is not Me Again. You have to hang out with me late at night to get on a Me Again.
We already do that.
But of course, you can find all those shows online at aloadofpurebs.com, including the brand new show Deviant. We've got a trailer up on iTunes right now. Go to iTunes, subscribe so you can be notified when that first episode comes out. It is a space pirate audio drama of awesomeness. Blake is in it. Our buddy Josh is hopefully going to be in it. We've got a lot of cool names coming in to Deviant, the audio drama. You probably heard a trailer for it earlier in this episode. So you can find all that at aloadofpurebs.com, and you can find me on Twitter at Scottye Moore, SCOTTYEMO. You can buy my books on Amazon, and I don't know, get these awesome hats. We've got awesome new snapback hats at merch.aloadofpurebs.com, and if you're watching on YouTube, you can see the Fight Boys one. It is super dope, and I really love it.
Yeah, special thanks to Mega Ran, our friend, for our theme song, Fighters. Check out all of Mega Ran's stuff if you haven't already, of course. He's much bigger than us already, but, you know, every little bit helps.
I'm gonna kidnap you, and we're gonna drive to New Orleans to go to his show, because he's not coming anywhere close to us. But if he's coming close to you on the FAM tour, check it out. It's him, Alfred Banks, and Mickey Fax. And is it Alfred or Mickey that I saw a video of them fucking freestyling? And it was beautiful. It was some dangerous ass shit. It was gorgeous. So check that out. Nice. And remember to support the show. If you can't do that on Patreon or by picking up some merch, you can always do it just by leaving us a review on iTunes, Podchaser, wherever you listen to the show. Leave us a review. Every single little bit you guys could do helps. And as always, you can find us at aloadofpurebs.com. Step up to the merch table at merch.aloadofpurebs.com. Find us on Facebook, donate to the Patreon, subscribe on YouTube, and remember to follow us on Twitter at Fight Boys Show, Kevin Owens, because when you're a fight boy for life!